Getting in shape will get you married. So I'm married and I have been in this kind of cycle where I was trying to find someone for me, but I always struggled. And it was a huge struggle, especially in my early 20s, trying to find my way career wise, but also body wise. When I turned 25, or not just turned 25, but when I noticed that things started to change as I like around the age of 25 and up, as my body started to change, as I started to get into just better shape, I found myself being able to attract like just more women in general. I had more options come my way just naturally. I had more potentials. I was talking to more, just potentials in general, right? And it kind of opened a door for me. But prior to that, I had the ambition, I really I wanted to succeed. I was doing photography at that time. I was doing pretty well in photography. It was a lot harder. I was in okay shape, but I was really skinny. And, naturally the biggest thing is I wasn't feeling secure in my own body. And the reality, and I've been saying this, I've said this many, many times, is getting in shape, just taking care of just your overall self-image will give you opportunities in life that you yourself may not be getting right now. It will give you job opportunities, it'll give you raises. You kind of live life a little bit on the easier side. Life is always going to be hard as a man. That's reality. Life's always going to be harder, but people tend to be a little more lenient towards you, just in general. Obviously, again, like I said, there's always struggles as a man. Like that I'll never discredit that, but you kind of alleviate some of that pressure when you start to get into better shape. Obviously, the way you dress, that will play a huge factor as well. Wearing clothes that kind of show your features, wear the right colors, and things along those lines, those are huge. But for me, what happened was when I started going, and I'll actually, let me tell you guys the story. So there was someone that I was talking to, for context, I'm Muslim, so I don't go into like meeting someone for the sake of just meeting them or hooking up. I'm going into it for the purpose of, seeing if this person is someone that I want to marry. So there was someone that I was talking to. It was back, I think, in 2018. And something happened along the ways. And I really, really thought that I was going to marry this person. But something happened. It didn't end up happening. And I was so distraught because I just felt like, oh, yeah, this was going to happen. So naturally, at that time, I was still going to the gym, but I wasn't super consistent. I wasn't really in the shape that I wanted to be in. I didn't feel fully comfortable with myself. I felt comfortable in like the way my career was going at that time, but I didn't feel comfortable in my body. So what I did was, as soon as that happened, I just started going really hard at the gym. I started focusing on my diet for the first time, since I first started working out. I was really tracking it. Every single week, I would write down my weight. I would put my my nutrition on MyFitnessPal, and I would weigh myself every single week. So that is what I would do. And as a result, I started to gain some mass, and it started to become easier and easier and easier. And then my body started to change. And even when I went to travel, I would come back, I would know how to kind of get back at it. And then throughout the years, it's kind of been this thing where it's like, I've been working on my body, self-image, my fitness. Now my fitness is a little bit different. I do it more for like my mental health, just to kind of get like a boost in mindset. But from that moment when I was distraught, like I was heartbroken, to the moment that got married, it was this thing where I was comfortable in my body, and I knew that I'd taken my body to a point where I can attract a future wife. So when I even before I got married, I was at a point where like it was like I felt like I had options. Before I got married, I was kind of like in this sense where I was like I didn't really want to get married. I was like nah, but I wasn't desperate for it, but I was open to it. So when it came to me, it came to me. When it happened, it happened. Alhamdulillah, but it didn't phase me. Like it wasn't a thing where like I was surprised or something like that. No, when it kind of happened, I was kind of like, okay, it makes sense. I kind of took care of myself. I presented myself well. In terms of my career, I was like figuring out my career, but you know, I was kind of heading in like at the right direction at the time. So I was comfortable. I was feeling good about myself, and I knew that I can pull options. So right now, you may be sitting in your house, you may be sitting in the bathroom watching this or listening to this, but I want you to ask yourself, looking at yourself in the mirror, or looking at just not even like your face, just like your body. Is your body like, do you look good? Like, is your body look good? Is your posture good? Like, things like this do matter. Your clothing is a huge, huge one as well. But first impressions do matter. And for me, had I not worked on myself, all those years back in 2018, especially 2018, all the way to like now, maybe I would have got married, but I wouldn't feel like right now I feel very confident in my own skin, like my body. And part of that's age. As you start to age, you start to get to your late 20s, you start to get into like your physical prime. But before that, I noticed a shift in my mentality. And as a result, it enabled me to focus on the more important things for myself, which was like at that time, just my self-development, my career and this and that. And obviously now that I'm married, it's changed. My mindset has changed now. And it's more like the urgency of trying to build something, obviously to sustain us, right? So just look at yourself in the mirror. I don't really need to answer the question. You know yourself, and ask yourself, am I in a shape where I feel like I can attract the person that I want to attract? That could be a partner, that could be a business partner, it could be a job, whatever it may be. If the answer is no, then yeah, you have your answer. If you'd like some extra coaching or you like some extra help, check the link down below. You can use the application form, and I will take a look at it, see if it makes sense for us to work together to kind of help you achieve whatever goals those are. And yeah, just keep your head up too. I know it gets discouraging, especially trying to find someone, especially I know everyone's saying in this generation, this day and age, but keep your eyes out, focus on yourself, work on yourself as much as you can. And if you can do that, then you will find your way. So yeah, that's really what I wanted to talk about. Just keep your head up and just be aware of how you look. So yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to stay authentic. Peace.